that everything was okay. And he went into the next stage, and lo and behold, the same point broke. But thank goodness it was about 4 Ks to the end, and he only lost 10 seconds. So, we're still 1 minute 20 ahead right now, but it's a long way to go still.
Feken's mechanics try again to cure the misfire, but will it work? Tzaneen is the shortest of the rally, but arguably the fastest. Nicknamed the mineshaft, cars plunge downhill at full chat before setting out for a series of sweeps. Gemmell again set the fastest time in the stage to cement his place at the head of the class field and remind everyone chasing that it was rather a waste of time. Rueda is mighty impressive as he reaches terminal speed and tackles the sweeps. Visser is next up and also looks just as good. It's rare to see a rally car driven at these speeds. Johnny has opened up his gap to Fernando again while the two Subarus are minutes behind. But with such a high attrition rate, just being in the rally is a small victory. As the race of attrition grinds on in the lower classes, Marinus du Plessis is over 10 minutes ahead of Hendrik and Van der Merwe. Wilken took the fastest A7 time in stage 11, 4 seconds quicker than JP. Feken was 4th quickest, but what of Lawrence? He parked his Corolla in a hole around the dumping ground after going off the road. The ground gave way under the car, and that was a trashy way to end a great drive, Etienne. Houghton was driving to survive the rally with Zulu minutes behind and Nsamandi further back, the only 3 cars left in that class. On to stage 12, a mild 11.6 kilometers in length at the top of the Agatha Forest. Desiree Merkel, the Volkswagen public relations officer, keeps tabs on the news via cell phone. But she has no need to worry, for Habich was still in command, but with all the drama going on, one has to sympathize with her. Yanni added 16 seconds to his lead over Serge. The Total Runex was not instilling any confidence in Serge with its behavior over the yumps and dips, and he couldn't attack them with his usual bravado. Gemmell was still in command, but Rueda was limping along. Take a good hard look at the front of the car. It's positively destroyed. Another puncture and flailing rubber at speed did the damage, smashing the oil cooler. And could he make it back to service?
We made it all the way back to 3rd. I'm sure you guys were aware of that. We even took some time off Johnny enough to actually be leading Group N, and 9 Ks to go. On a 12 K stage we decided to drive out. We had a puncture on the right front and we thought we'll drive it out, which we did quite successfully. But as the tire deteriorates and it destroys itself, this permanent knocking actually damaged the oil cooler. So we managed to get out of the stage, we changed the tire, and we were on the way to the service park when everything exploded. The oil cooler exploded and all the oil went on the floor. No oil, no go.
Indeed, JP's Toyota has lost 3rd gear and he was nervously hoping it would hold out. Class A7 has turned into the survival of the walking wounded. Feken continued to sputter through the stages, getting slower as the day wore on. He must have cursed his bad luck, but to his credit, he never gave up. Barry Grobler was up into the class podium position and mightily pleased with it after his earlier clutch problems. Another late retirement was Charles Wilken and Robin Houghton. Their gearbox was playing up and they called it a day. Meanwhile, Lawrence tries to clear out the rubbish.
It was a very bad instruction. We took a wrong turn in the rubbish dump there, and we were going between the heaps, and the next moment I said, well, let's go back to the road where we went wrong, and I was doing 3 k's an hour, and we turned around, and the next moment it just fell into a hole. That was it. I mean, they dragged the gravel over the rubbish, and it was so soft. I got out the car like 3 foot into the dirt. Rallying is a terrible game. Like Peter Solberg, he reckons he's going to win the rally. The next moment he's off the road and out of it, you know, so one can't decide for yourself.
With this race of attrition, would JP stay? Chris de Wit can't believe his Skalkburger and Wimpy van Geenen are heading to their second-class win of the year, the last one on the opening round in Natal back in March. Unlucky stage 13, the sting in the tail, the one they all dread. 35 kilometers of stage way out of town, and if something goes wrong, you still have to get back to the stadium. Habig is driving conservatively now. He knows the stage is legend. Conservative or not, he takes yet another 28 seconds off Surge to leave the 10 times champ over 2 minutes back. Surge looks cautious over the jumps and yumps, and he will be mindful of his accident in Cape Town last month. The road snakes around the mountain in a dizzy series of sweeps. The status quo remains in Class N4 as well, mindful that the rally has decimated the field to leave only 18 crews in the event. Everyone wants to get back intact. Gemmel, Visser, De Tooy and Vandenberg all make it safely out of the stage. Because of the highly contagious gearbox failure disease in Class N3, De Wit hopes his gearbox is strong enough to make it to the end. Both N2 cars make it through unscathed, Du Plessis quicker than Hendrik. Despite being down on power engine, Hagen wins the stage from Grobelaar by 20 seconds. JP loses 7 minutes in the stage as fourth gear breaks as well, and a drive shaft failure too. The sting in the tail was alive and well and living in the Agatha Forest. Fecken was back in the lead, and if he could make it through the last short stage, would be crowned king of Class A7. JP held on to second, but Barry was now closing in. Everyone who made it out of the 35k monster stage also got through the rerun of the Tzaneen Showgrounds without any further drama. After 2 hard days and 250 kilometers of stages, 54 cars started and only 18 crossed the finish line in one piece. Work it out. That's just 30%. To the N3 victor, the spoils.
We came into this event just hoping to have a class win. We were 8 points behind, lying in 4th in class, and we were leading our class early yesterday. Then Claudia was leading, then we were back in the lead, and next minute the competition disappeared, and we were happy to cruise home.
In A7, the walking wounded both made it back to town. One elated, the other philosophical about what could have been.
We had a difficult day today. We started from the second stage this morning. We had a misfire. Etienne was pushing very hard, and he was sort of a thorn in our flesh, because if he came between me and JP, JP could have had the championship.
Damso and Habig completed the stage, the outgoing champion handing over his reins to Jannie, a popular winner.
It's really a tough event, you know. This event has not been kind to us in the past, and yeah, it was hard, and especially, you know, if you've got a race with your teammate and in the team, it's a bit awkward, but anyway, you know, we tackled it as the same as any other event, and we went out to get our best result, and that's what we did. You know, I think that the most difficult part is really at the end. You know, we had 35 Ks of stage, second last stage, and took a whole 30+ minutes to do that. So that was actually the worst as far as we were concerned. It's really tough out there in the stages, and the cars do take a pounding, and the guys were really, you know, on the ball, and they were replacing all the bits that we'd bent or broken or whatever. And yeah, no, it's a team effort, and you know, the win is also for them.
As the bubbly sprayed to celebrate the new champion, thanks for joining Top Car for the thrilling to the end 2005 Sasol SA Rally Championship.